One form of leadership that I've shown through the school year is creating a gender and sexuality education group through IYG. Um, this program is going to different high schools and educating people on gender and sexuality and explaining that gender is a spectrum rather than a binary and doing the same for sexuality. I'm going to read a short essay that I wrote about what youth leadership means to me and why I think it's important, and then just explain how I've done this through the program I created. In reference to the civil rights movement, King wrote, "The movement was blessed by the fire and excitement brought to it by young people. This shows that for decades, even centuries, young people have risen and created change in today's world. Today's world is home to remarkable people such as Malala Yousafzai, Edwin Bronny Mensah, and Madison Kimray. Yousafzai stood up against the Taliban when she knew death was the likely outcome. Bronny Mensah helps African communities have access to clean water. Kimray, only 12, is standing up for young people's voting rights in North Carolina. Though they all differ in the areas of focus, all show that change is possible, not that it is waiting. These young leaders light fires of passions in the minds of other young people like myself that can and do change the world. Many adults today see my generation as lazy millennials, yet we are far from that. We are creating a large amount of change that would not be possible without us. We are one of the most open-minded and progressive generations in history regarding human rights. We are unstoppable, and that is because more of us are becoming outspoken leaders. Without youth leadership, we would still be stuck in this closed-minded world. My generation has vastly normalized self-expression and physical appearance, advocated for the rights of the queer community, which I'm a part of, and overall is accepting of everyone's identity. We are slowly creating a community and world where it is much safer for people to be themselves. Though we are not fully there, many of us actively try to make a difference. We are the future of America and the world. It is necessary for us to be leaders to have a great future. Change doesn't happen by standing back and waiting for it to happen. We have to make it happen." I feel by creating the Gender and Sexuality Education program, I am making change happen. I am making people break these boundaries between just binaries that we see every day and are expressed in our culture. There are so many social constructs for what gender should and is, and for what sexuality should be and is to many people. I believe that the world and life is about the way that you see things. So if you're always stuck in this binary and this box of seeing things from a very one-sided perspective, then you'll never expand your mind and learn. And I feel like by educating people on these issues and advocating for the rights of queer people like myself, I am changing the world because I am opening people's minds, and I'm trying to make more people understand the struggle of a community that they are not a part of. And by understanding that struggle, they can help and they can be a voice that not all queer people have. Straight cis people educating other people on why queer rights matter helps the other straight and cis people realize that the queer community isn't just this community of weird people like the people that are portrayed in the 1950s ads about why homosexuality is wrong. They're seeing beyond that because the queer community needs allies. And by creating this education program, I am getting allies from my community. I am getting people to help that aren't just queer. Because you have to have the people in power help the people who have very little power. Right now, the queer community has very little power, and we are gaining rights one step at a time. It started with gay rights, and now it's moving more towards gender and gender equality rights. Since Caitlyn Jenner came out last summer or this summer, everybody's starting to recognize what a trans person is, but they don't necessarily get to see the trans struggle or how hard it is or why it matters. We're still fighting about why trans people should get to use the bathrooms that they feel comfortable using. There's still so many controversies regarding the queer community that shouldn't be there. I feel like a lot of the time people don't see that queer people are just people And by educating them, I'm helping people see that queer people are people and that we are here regardless of opinions, regardless of what people say. We are here and we need help and we need rights. And I am helping my community gain those rights in a little way.